Hello, students. I hope you all are safe and healthy. Today, we are going to start with the poem of your literature reader, that is, The Ant and the Cricket. Well, The Ant and the Cricket is a fable written in the form of a poem. And what is a fable? A fable is a short story in which animals behave like humans and convey a message. So, the poem The Ant and the Cricket is a story of two insects. A cricket, you can call a grasshopper also like insect, and an ant. The cricket is silly, that does not care about the future and keeps enjoying the summer season rather than collecting food or making a shelter for itself. On the other hand, the ant is wise. Instead of wasting time, it gathers food for itself and makes shelter. Now, we'll read the poem word by word and I'll give the explanation. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found. On the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? So, the poet starts with a young cricket and he says that there was a silly. Silly is a person who lacks sense or wisdom. Silly young cricket who was accustomed to sing. That means he used to enjoy singing a lot during the spring and summer seasons. So here, students, you can see that the seasons are also mentioned, that during summer and spring season, the cricket used to enjoy singing and he used to do only that during that time. And gay, here gay means happy and enjoyable. The poet calls spring and summer seasons gay because they are full of life. There is greenery and everywhere, food and water are in abundance. And so the cricket never worried about his food and water because of the seasons. What seasons were there? Spring and summer. So he used to just sing and enjoy the food because food was available. But soon what happened? Those months of rejoicing and joy passed away and winter came. You all see that, seasons do change. After spring's summers comes and after summer winter comes. So what happened? Winter came and now the cricket was in trouble. He began to complain when he found that his cupboard was empty at his home. His cupboard, where he keeps his food. He saw that there was no food around and he was feeling hungry. There was not even a crumb. Crumb is, a small piece of bread, a small part of bread, you can say. And so there was nothing to eat and he was feeling hungry. And as it was winter season and there was less greenery around, so, and he saw what the cricket observed, that there was snow on the ground and he could not see even a flower or a leaf on the tree. Because, cricket's food is a flower or a leaf. It feeds on these things. And as it was all covered with the snow, the entire area was covered with the snow. There was no leaf and nothing was there. Seeing this, he becomes sad and exclaims, "Oh, what will become of me?" This line means that he was thinking that now what will I do? How will I survive when there is no food for me? There is no water because everything is frozen and there are no leaves to feed on. So he was wondering about himself. Oh, what will become of me? Now, continuing with the poem. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So then an idea struck the cricket's mind and he thought that he has to do something for himself because he has to survive. So, and Cricket had not eaten anything and was starving with hunger because of the change in season, and he didn't, keep anything for himself for the season, for the winter season. It mustered its courage and set off to seek the help of a miserly ant. Miserly here means like, the person who does not want to spend much on others. And he was thinking that the ant might provide a mouthful of grain, or that is food. He might give him some food and shelter from the rain. There was famine. Famine is unavailability of food, and chilling cold was there, and perhaps rain. It was raining also, which made the cricket wet and shiver a lot. So he just thought of taking help from the ant. It requested the ant to lend it some food and shelter, and it promised to repay by the next day, or else it will die because of chilling cold, hunger, and sorrow of not doing anything. So he requested the ant and tried to convince the ant that whatever help the ant is going to give, he is the cricket is going to repay. Like, he is not taking it free, he will repay it sooner or later. But as of now, he wanted some help from the ant in the form of food and shelter. Now, moving on with the lines of the poem. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never land. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So, hearing the cricket's story that he does not have anything to eat, and as it was raining, no place to take shelter, the ant answers that it considered itself to be, cricket's servant as well as a friend. Now, the ant started with a positive note, and however, the ants, but he said that he has, he made excuse by saying that ants never borrow anything from others nor lend anything. So the ant tried to tell to the cricket that in a polite way that ants neither borrow anything nor lend anything. So he politely refused help to the cricket. Saying this, the ant asked the cricket, Ki, why did you not gather anything when the weather was warm during spring and summer? That is when it was the appropriate time, when there was sufficient food around. So the ant asked the cricket that why didn't you store food at that time? Hearing to the ant, the cricket replies that its heart was so light that it was quite happy and did not care about the future. The cricket further says that it kept singing day and night, that is, all the time, as all nature looked gay, that is, everything looked happy and joyful. So the cricket, tried to convince that, at that time I was just in my mood of singing, and I was just singing day and night, and I was having the food, and everything was so happy that I didn't even bother to keep something for the winter season. And he thought that the beauty of his spring and summer, as well as abundance of food and shelter, will always remain there. He never cared about the future. So the cricket, never cared about the future. He thought that everything will be there. So, and then listening to the cricket, the ant tells him that he was singing and enjoying during the spring and summer, and now he should do the same, and the winter will go away. So, in a very sarcastic tone, the ant suggested that as you were singing and dancing and enjoying when it was summer and spring, so you should just keep on doing the same thing, and the winter will go away, that the time will pass and winter will also pass. Saying this, the ant hastily lifted the wicket, that is, quickly ended the conversation. He didn't want to talk to Cricket any further and pushed the poor Cricket out of the door. That means he refused the help that the Cricket was asking for from his friend ant. And so he just, you can say, threw the Cricket out of the door. He refused the help. So, students, in the last two lines, the poet said that folks, that is, people call the story of ant and Cricket uh, untrue story. This thing does not happen. It's a fable. And what, as I said, what are fables? Fables are those which try to give you some lesson of life. And however, he thinks that the poet thinks that the story is quite true, because there are many crickets with 4 legs as well as with 2, and there are insects like cricket who do not care about future, and also humans. Here, the with 2 legs is being compared to humans, because humans have 2 legs and cricket have 4 legs, who do not care about their future and repent when the time is gone. So it's a lesson for all the human beings also, that when the time is right, you should try to save something for the future, and try to you should enjoy your life, but at the same time one should have, keep something for the future. And then finally the ant refused the help to the Cricket, and he just suggested that you should continue dancing and be happy. All right. Now, Aesop's fables, or Aesopica, refers to a collection of fables credited to Aesop. And Aesop fables, remain a popular choice for moral education of children today. There are other examples of fables are like sour grapes, the tortoise and the hare, the shepherd boy and the wolf, and the other name for that is the boy who cried wolf. So these are the stories. They are all fables. Okay, students, I hope you enjoyed the poem. See you soon. Thank you. शायद उसका वो रिंगटोन भी हो गया होगा रिकॉर्ड, कोई बात नहीं.
हाँ कुछ नहीं, तो वो करते